A story from my life came up that I think fits this. Can I share it?
I'd love to hear it.
If you look around this room, you'll see instruments everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see ukuleles, pianos,
Yeah.
percussion instruments,
Yeah.
a bass over
Bongos
there.
or something
There's some
over there.
bongos.
Yeah.
There's a cajon.
Yeah. A couple of guitars.
Yeah, of course. I love music.
Yeah.
Have always loved music. Phil for you. Before I got the degree in radio, television, and film, I studied music at North Texas.
Nice.
Jazz studies. And a lot of my friends are musicians. And I did music production out in LA for a while before getting into software. Worked for some phenomenal composers. I love singing. I love playing music. Love it. I write songs.
Mm-hmm. And
there's one of my best friends, a close friend of mine. His name's Charlie Chamberlain. He's a producer and a songwriter, and he's phenomenal and a really wonderful artist. Well, he got accepted to the Kerrville Folk Festival. New songwriter. It's like a competition.
Gotcha.
And some people win it and they get to come and perform, and it's like this whole thing. And he invited me to come out there and kind of navigate that experience with him.
That must have been really cool.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was basically hanging out with all these just amazing songwriters and spending that time with him. He lives in Nashville now, and I just don't get to spend as much time with him. So we were connecting a lot, and it was an amazing experience.
In that creative space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun and playful, and it was wonderful. And the story that I'm brought to is this experience at the late at night. A big part of Kerrville Folk Festivals is these artists going around from campfire to campfire and singing.
Wow.
And performing. And he took me with him. And because he was part of this kind of competition community, they got to go to some elite campfires, like ones that a lot of people don't get to go. And I got to be in those circles too.
Yeah.
Because I was with him and I was with all of the artists. And, I sat down in front of a piano in this circle of people, and it went around and people shared songs. And I've got a handful of songs that I would love to play piano and sing. And when it got to me, I couldn't do it. I wanted to do it so bad. And I have piano songs that I have rehearsed and I know how to play with emotion and powerfully and with, with spirit. But when it came to my turn, I passed.
Yeah.
And I've forever regretted that. And as it was coming around to me, I've had fear and I had all these shadows not allowing me to be a full expression of myself and just being playful and creative and being a member of that group at that time.
Yeah. And not worrying about the outcome.
Right. For some reason, I thought, if you do it, you're going to screw it all up and everybody's going to hate you.
Yeah.
And you'll be, I don't know what I thought would happen, but it stopped me from expressing.
Yeah.
And the stakes were, relatively low, but in my mind, they were high. It was like, if these people hear my music and they think it's good, maybe I'll get a record deal, or maybe I'll come back next year and I'll get to be a performer.
Yeah.
There's a longing there.
Yeah.
My buddy's in this place that I wish I was in.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
Oh, man, probably 3 years ago, maybe.
Not that long.
It wasn't that long ago.
So I'm curious, do you believe that if you had that experience today, that you would make a different choice? Or do you have a sense that that shadow is still there and strong enough in that environment that might keep you from doing
Good question.
Yeah.
I think,
because you have a lot of awareness of yourself. I want to affirm that about you. As I talk to you, I see you as someone that has been on his journey and knows himself, and you do a lot to explore yourself and know what makes you tick, if you will.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, people have experiences where okay, that's shifted in me.
All this, I think when all of this gets to a good place, those creative, like you're chewing your nails, it will float away and I'll express more openly and creatively. Those are longings that I still have. I want to play in the world. I want to be musical. I want to do those things. And this almost feels like the foundation of those expressions. coming to terms with some of these shadows, coming to terms with, my physical fitness and my fragility as a human, that I'm going to die, and that it's important how I spend this time on earth.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think if I came back, I would be able to sing that song and play that song and have fun, be that wild man that loves to express, because he's in there.
Yeah, it's such a safety piece to me. It's about believing that I'm, people say feel safe. I think that it's about believing that I'm safe just to do it, and it doesn't have to be right.
Yeah.
And most likely those people would have embraced you and loved you and thanked you for offering your creative self. But the shadow inside of you was saying, ain't going to do that.
This is scary.
Yeah.
There's this other part of safe space. It's this brave space. Like this, his two things. I guess in your context, maybe we strip away the necessity for it to be brave, because it's not as courageous an act when it's just flowing from you.
Well, bravery is required when I have fear. And right?
Yeah.
I've got to be brave because I'm afraid. And, how many of us have heard just be brave, right? But yeah, I think that working so that the fear isn't present.
Yeah.
Or the part of me that's making me afraid, that one part of all my parts, because I've got many, many parts. That's just one. That was shouting or whispering or whatever in your ear to the point that you said, I'll pass. It's about working with that so that part is it's not shaming me, it's not making me afraid, and maybe even helping me to know how to make it safer or how to take a smaller step. Because you might have said, you could potentially, there was a way to say, I'm a little intimidated by this environment, and I'm still going to do it. Like out loud even say, wow, you're all so powerful. I just want to acknowledge that it's intimidating for me. And I know I have something to give, and it won't, it may not be perfect, but I'm going to bring what I have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's so many different ways. Like that might have, doing something like that might have softened the fear a little bit.
Yeah. That makes sense. In improv,
giving it a voice.
Yeah, giving it a voice. In improv, we sometimes say the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
Because it's humanizing.
It's humanizing.
And it gives us a little bit of leeway.
It's also vulnerable.
It's vulnerable.
So it's scary to do that. But if I think about what I'm hearing you say is, I still have regret.
Oh, yeah.
From an experience 3 years ago when I had an opportunity and I didn't take it.
Right.
Like to me, that's worse. That's sadder than whatever would have happened had you said, hey, I'm intimidated here, but I really want to do this.
Yeah.
I just want to say the quiet part out loud. I'm intimidated.
Yeah. There was a study or a question that was asked of folks that were in their end life. It was like, what are your regrets? And it was the things they didn't do.
Yeah. Usually around connection with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a lot of it is, I wish I had told my kids I love them more, kind of stuff. Right.
Yeah.
So lots of ways to have success with shadow work.